Guys, it is 2025. Dating women should be easier than ever. I know, guys. You're afraid of girls with OnlyFans. You're afraid of girls on Instagram. You're afraid of sugar babies and all these things. But in reality, your competition is actually lower and easier than ever if you can stand out and actually build an emotional connection with women. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly the free sauce. I usually charge for this for guys in my mentorship, but the free sauce of how to get from novice, right? No women in your life to having an extremely abundant dating life. All right, fellas, let's hop right into it. Today, I want to talk about where you are, right? Why you're stuck, what you need to become, and how we're going to actually get you there. Literally, step by step, three-step process. So you guys cannot fuck this up. All right. You guys are all here somewhere in this pyramid afraid to approach women, right? Maybe you haven't had a date in 10 years, right? The reason for that is you're afraid to approach. I know every guy here, probably within the last week, has seen a girl out that they deem attractive. You're just afraid to approach her, right? Nice guy, AKA platonic. You're stuck in the friend zone. She doesn't want to sleep with you. She doesn't see you as a guy she wants to really, really get with and be with. You get ghosted after dates and texting. Maybe you get a date or two, right, from online dating. Maybe you get a phone number or two, but it never actually leads anywhere. They just ghost you. You fail to move things forward. Maybe you're at the bar, maybe you're at a coffee shop, and you could talk to a girl for a few minutes. She gives you a chance, but you never actually move that interaction forward. You might be needy. You might get bad advice from other dating coaches or female dating coaches. Maybe you're really not sure why you're stuck. Maybe you're black pilled. You kind of lost all hope. You're red pilled. Women are always trading up. They're always out to get you. Or maybe you're a looks maxer. You think you just need to hit the gym, get more muscles, fix your jawline, and women are going to show up in your life. Guys, it's absolutely not true. All these issues is why you have zero women in your life. Let's talk about the guy you need to actually become to have true abundance with women in 2025. Where you need to get to. Okay, you need to be able to approach any woman confidently. That means any woman walking down the street, you need to be able to go up to her and talk to her. And not only that, you need to be able to flirt and build attraction instantly. No more boring platonic conversations that lead to absolutely nowhere. All right. You need to learn to be so memorable she begs to see you again and is quick to respond. Fellas, it's not your texting, right? It's not that you did something, it's not that your interaction went well and then all of a sudden she ghosted you. No, it didn't go as well as you guys thought. If she really liked you, if she thought you were worth seeing again, if she was really attracted to you, she would make it easy for you to see her. It's that simple. It's almost never your text game, guys. You guys are going to have to learn how to lead the interaction verbally, physically, logistically, and into relationships. Guys, I know a lot of you think leading is only a physical thing. No, you lead the conversations to where you want them to go, right? You lead the to a physicality. So that means if you guys are dancing, you break away first, right? You guys lead it into the type of relationship you want, whether it's long term, short term, or just some kind of hookup. That's your job, fellas. And then the absolute highest level, learn to be a charismatic flirt slash boyfriend material. These are the rarest guys in society because every guy today can typically do only one or the other. I would say 80% of men are the nice guy boyfriend material. 20% of the men are the, sorry, 19% of men are the F boy, the flirty type who can really trigger an emotional response. Guys, 1% of men are in this level, and that's why they're deemed so rare. They can play both sides of the fence. All right. You don't want to be just a F boy because then you're going to have girls who never take you serious for a relationship. You need to be able to play both sides, and you'll never, ever have trouble with women again. I promise you guys that. This is the guy that has way too many options with women. He literally doesn't know what to do with it. Okay. So, how are we going to get you there? How are we going to get you guys there? The first thing you see here, microphone. Guys, you need to pony up and invest $20 in a microphone. You're going to put that microphone under your shirt, under your sweater, and you're going to go out and start talking to women and record your interactions. It's really not that complicated, guys. And how to get there? Get 2 audios a week, guys, from day game night game, or dates. So out at the out at the gym, coffee shop, mall, right? Get an interaction. If you're out of the club, lounge, bar, get an interaction with the microphone, record it. Or maybe you're out on a date from Hinge, right? Or Tinder, record the date. Okay, then you guys need to learn to analyze what you're doing wrong. Okay, did I sound platonic? Man, I was asking 10 boring questions in a row, right? Oh, that's not good. I have to fix that. I had no energy. I was in the club and I sounded like a mouse. I was talking like this in the club and nobody could hear me. Right? You could pick all this up on the microphone, guys. That's why it's such a beautiful tool. Right? I don't ever leave. In the interaction, I'm staying in the same exact spot over and over. I never take her outside to the balcony. Right? I never switch locations. You can tell all this by using the damn microphone. You need to analyze what you're doing wrong. Okay? Anything else, guys, you're just shooting in the wind. You may be following some program, but you really don't know exactly what's happening in your interaction. So if you can learn what's actually going wrong, you're ahead of 99% of men. And then the third thing, we need to figure out how to improve what you're doing wrong. Okay, guys, I have hundreds of videos on this page talking about all these things: how to be a better flirt, how to add more statements, how to move her around the venue, how to have better, deeper tonality, right? How to talk less and make her invest more. So if you guys notice, right, your interactions are platonic, I need to add flirting. I'm going to add 2 or 3 flirting lines here. You know what? I said 5 questions in a row. Instead of 5 questions, I'm gonna do 1 question and 4 statements next time, right? You know what? Instead of staying in the same exact area, I'm gonna move her around the venue. Instead of sounding like a freaking pipsqueak, like a mouse, I'm gonna have better tonality. Instead of being a motor mouth, right? I'm just rambling, rambling, rambling. I'm gonna slow things down and let the woman invest more in the conversation, right? And fellas, all you need to do is rinse and repeat this process till all holes in your game are fixed. It's really that easy. I want you to think of your game like a bucket of water with a lot of holes in it, okay? And with the microphone, you're slowly working through those issues and plugging up those holes until there are no more holes in your bucket and your game is solid. Guys, I'm not kidding when I tell you this will take 10 years off your learning curve. This will take 5 years off your learning curve, right? Instead of becoming extremely advanced in 5 or 10 years, you can do it in half the time, a quarter of the time, really, with the microphone. Because anything else, you really don't know what's happening in your interactions. And guys, I can't tell you how many students I've coached, right? That came up to me and said, I'm doing XYZ wrong. Okay, really? Get me the microphone recording. I listen. It's something totally different. It's something totally not what they said, right? And the only way we can tell if you're doing the thing correctly is by listening to what's actually happening in your guys' interactions. It's that simple, fellas. This will put you ahead of every guy in 2025 and give you true abundance with women. Abundance where you don't have to lead with money, status, or looks, all right? Because you stand out in a totally different way by cultivating the ability to emotionally connect with her in a way that they cannot resist. All right, boys? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And if you need extra help with setting up this exact scenario I laid out here, right? This exact scenario to get better with women by doing it with a microphone, book a one-on-one call down below in the pinned comments and I'll show you exactly how we'll do it for you. Thank you, boys. We'll talk soon.